All right. So we are going to start. We're going to just draw your knees up into your chest, peeling your pelvis off of the floor, and then set it back down. And then pull in, knees come to the chest, and pelvis peels up, and set it back down. Good, we'll do 2 more times. Good. And on this last one here, we're gonna peel all the way up here and just kind of hold it. As we're holding it, allow your knees to drop open toward your armpits. Good. And see if you can get your knees to go any bit into the armpits a little bit more. And now flex your feet. And we're gonna extend up from the knees. So the knees are still close to the armpits. Send your feet up like happy baby up toward the sky. Okay. Good. So I'm holding on to my legs right outside of my knees. If you have the flexibility to go ahead and grab outside of your toes into a happy baby, go ahead. Or it's kind of early, so maybe it's just by the ankles and you're just adding a little bit of weight by pressing your shins down. Either way, you're just going to press your knees into your armpits and open up those SI joints a little bit further. Okay, let's go ahead and extend out your right leg and hold 3, 2, and 1. Good, bring that back and we'll extend out that left leg. Hold 3, 2, and 1. We'll bring that down and now we'll go for both legs. Extend those out, stretching through your hamstrings, pull the toes to you, press through your heels. And good, bend those knees, grab the front of the shins again, and we're just gonna rock back and forth, right to left. And find some stillness here in the center. Go ahead and drop both feet all the way down onto your mat, just outside hip distance. And your hands are gonna come right onto your belly. And then we're just gonna start to windshield wiper the knees back and forth. Just kind of loosening up the hips a little bit more. And start to wrap around your hip onto the side, flexibility. So drop those knees over toward your left. Good. And just hold them there. And as you do, you want to feel the inner edge of your right foot on the floor. Tighten up your right glute and just press forward through that right hip. Give a nice stretch through the front of your right hip here. Take your right arm and reach it up overhead. I'm keeping it on the floor so that we have some length through the rib cage. And then if you've got the flexibility to kind of just wrap your left hand kind of around the top of your hip or around the right underneath your rib cage, pull your torso toward the left as you reach up straight. You're still tight through the glute, pressing that right knee down. It's just kind of like a full side body stretch. Good, and we're gonna relax. So bring that right arm all the way down and bring your knees back through center. And we'll take a few kind of mini windshield wiper moves through the center here before we go ahead now and drop the knees over toward your right side. So now you wanna focus on that instep of that left foot being on the ground. Tighten up your left glute, press it up and forward. Feel that stretch through just kind of the front, a little bit the front to the side also. And then we'll extend your left arm, staying on the ground, lifting it up overhead. Reach up as far as you can as you're driving that knee down away from the center of your body. And then use that right hand to wrap your torso, pull it to the right. Good. So just get a little extra rotation in there. And good, and release that all the way back down and bring it back to the center and just a little bit of windshield wiper back and forth, loosen that up. We'll find some stillness and draw up just your right knee and extend that left leg all the way down long, pulling this knee down into your chest here. And we're going to just take some ankle circles here. So just draw some circles with your toes on the right side here. And going to the outside, we'll do about 4 or 5 to the outside. And then we'll change direction and do about 4 or 5 opposite. And good. Once we've done that, find some stillness in that foot here, and then use your left hand to draw your knee across the body to the left and send your right arm out long behind you. Good. So still using that left hand to add a little bit of weight onto your right. And good. So you want to make sure that your foot is kind of on the ground here. If that's a little bit too much stretch up at your hip, you can always support with your hand. If it's not, you want a little extra, just add that weight with the left hand on top. And now we're going to go ahead and extend that top leg out straight, pressing through your heel. And now you're just going to take your left hand up as high as you can on the hip and just rake all the way down through your IT band to outside your knee. Good. Go a few times in the same kind of location, looking for any places that feel a little bit tender or like a bruise. If you find one, just kind of hang out there and go back and forth. And after you've done about 6 or 7 passes just from your hip to your knee, go back up to your hip and do that like zipper move back and forth across the IT band. Same thing, looking for any place that feels a little bit tender, maybe like a bruise. Once you get down to the knee, you'll head all the way back up the leg, making that zipper move. And excellent. Good. We'll take that left hand underneath the right knee, bend that heel in, and then we'll come all the way onto your back here. Good. We'll draw the left knee up and then extend your right leg all the way down straight. And so we're holding onto the left knee, and we'll go ahead and take our ankle circles on this side here, starting to the outside, about 4 or 5. And then we'll reverse direction to the inside. And good. Once you've done that, we're going to take that knee and jot all the way over onto the right and extend your left arm all the way over to that left side. Okay. So again, you just want to make sure that that left foot is on the ground on that right side there. And if it's a little bit too much at the hip, use the hands underneath your leg to support it. If you want a little bit more, take that right hand on top of the leg and add that weight. Good. And good. We'll go ahead and extend that top leg out straight. Pressing through the heel, pull the toes to you. And then we're going to take that right hand and we'll do that rake motion right through your IT band, hip to the knee. Good. Good. Look for any areas. Okay, okay. And then if there's like lumps and
Anne.
I'm like, look at, they're everywhere, right? This is like they're out. Sometimes I go out here like early in the morning and I'm like, why is everybody yelling out here? Like the birds, they're so loud. I'm like, why is everyone fired up? And it's like they're way back there too. So they're yeah. Like I don't know. Can you see the like they're not here on this side. They're in the way back.
Yeah.
It's cavernous, maybe. I don't know. But they do, like when I took up for in the morning. Yeah, this is my backyard.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. This is my backyard. Good. All right. We'll do the zipper move if you haven't already over that IT band. Yeah, they can get really loud. Remember when I used to do my meditation live? I would go back there and it would be like a bird atrium, you know. Now there's no we're talking about them.
I know.
I will bring that all the way back up and in, and pull both knees in, and then I'll have you just roll over to one side here, and we're going to come up onto we'll meet here in tabletop posture. All right, I know, right? The leg rolling over.
Yeah.
Good. And it's like usually it's kind of like nice, but over here is like, because it's shady there, it's like the one area that my lawn is still kind of green. The rest of it's kind of burnt up. and scratchy and pokey. All right, so knees are underneath your hips. You're just gonna kind of wave over to the right side, come back through the center and over to the left side. Come back through the center and over to the left. Come back through and then over. All right, we'll come back through the center here. And now have you just come down, if you can go into hero pose here with your thighs parallel, and then keep your hands here. We're gonna just kind of do the same things with your hips and just lean yourself over to the right and stretch out your hip, and it's gonna kind of hit your QL coming up the back, and then come back through the center and then lean over those legs to the left. And we'll come back through the center and one more time over to the right. And then back through the center and over to the left. Good, and we'll come all the way back here. And now you're gonna come all the way up. You can separate your knees again. And then we're gonna go into, we'll do a couple of cows here. So starting out with your cow, drop the belly, allow your chest to come through, inhale. And then you're gonna just exhale, and you're gonna stay up here in cat right here and just round out, drop your head, tuck your pelvis under here, continue to breathe. And then we're gonna take that same lateral motion, but you're gonna stay in the cat posture. So press your hip out to the left and come back through the center and then push out. And back through the center. We'll go one more time, push out to the side. And center, and last time. And good, we'll come back to the center. And then flatten out your tabletop, curl your toes underneath and bring your knees up. We'll come right into a downward facing dog. So first time in a downward facing dog today, we're just gonna let our heels kind of hang where they are. And then we're gonna just take a few petals here. So pressing your left heel down, bend that right, hold for 3, 2, and 1. We'll take it to the other side, pedal your right foot down and hold 3, 2, and 1. We'll do one more on each side. 3, 2, and 1. And then to the right, 2, and 1. Good, we'll take both heels, press them down. See if you can lift your tailbone up toward the ceiling a little bit and work to get your elbows in line with your ears. Good. And now you're gonna kind of move your left hand over, move your right hand over, and take a giant step forward with your right so that we're in a high runner's lunge. And then you're gonna come up and kind of tense your fingers and lift your chest up and forward here. So you're gonna feel a really kind of extreme stretch when you press your chest forward and reach back with your heel. Good, hold for 3, 2, and 1. Good, we'll drop the back knee, undo your foot, and then go ahead and walk your hands out to the front left corner of that mat. And if you can drop down onto your forearm or your elbows, go ahead and drop your head, round it out. Once you get down there, you can allow your right leg to drop open. So you're kind of on the outside part of your pinky toe. Outside, just allow your right knee to fall slightly open. 3, 2, and 1. Good, you come all the way back up here. You'll frame that foot, so right hand comes over, curl your back toes under, we'll come back into that high lunge and sweep that right leg all the way back. And we're gonna come back into your downward facing dog. So press the heels down, lift your hips up, try to line up the ears with the elbows. And then we'll go ahead and move that right hand over, left hand over, and giant step forward with the left so that we're in that high runner lunge. Tense your fingertips and then just lift your chest up, press your heel back. Holding it here, open that hip, even just let that hip drop down toward the ground a little bit. And then we'll drop that back knee, undo the toes. Walk your hands forward to the right front corner. See if you can drop yourself down onto one elbow or two. And then allow that left foot to drop open to the side. Go onto the outer edge of your foot and drop your head. 3, 2, and 1. Good. We'll press that all the way back up. Curl your toes underneath here. We're framing this foot again, and then sweep that left foot back. Walk the hand slightly back. We're going to come back into your downward facing dog. Last time here. Press your heels down, and then you're going to just drop your knees right back down onto your mat. Bring your feet together, open the knees up, send your all the way back down into your child's pose. Drop your forehead and reach your arms all the way out in front. So we'll just take a couple of breaths here, still working on opening up our hips, but also opening up our lats here as well. So as we're here, see if you can work your hands into kind of like a diving position with your hands. And then you're just going to look underneath your left armpit and roll to your right. So you get a little bit of rotation through your spine, and then just opening up your lats and come all the way back down. And then we'll do the same thing other side. So you're just going to tip over to the left, look underneath your right armpit, kind of drag that back, get a nice good stretch. Good, and we'll come all the way back through the center. Bring your arms in a little bit just to relax your lats right there. And then we're gonna take a seat right on your mat here. See you forward here. All right, so send your legs all the way out. Maybe I will go this way. Send your legs all the way out straight here. Move the fleshy part of the glutes out of the way, and we're gonna inhale both arms all the way up, again to your diving position here. So when we're here, you wanna see if you can drop your arms down so you have a little bit of space, so you're not kind of like, you don't want your arms against your head, right? So you want them to come in nice and close and drop your shoulders into your shoulder blades. Good, we're gonna inhale the chest up and then exhale over the long legs. Allow your head to drop forward here. Tuck your chin all the way down toward the chest. You should feel it behind your knees, lower back, and top of your head here. And while we're down here, take that left and just reach outside your right ankle and sweep your right arm back like somebody's pulling that arm open. Roll your shoulder back and your right thumb goes up toward the sky. 3, 2, and 1. Good. We'll sweep all the way back and down, and then we'll take that to the other side. So right arm's going to outside the left, and then we'll sweep that left arm all the way back and roll that thumb up toward the sky. 3, 2, good. And bring that all the way back down. Use your hands and walk yourself all the way back up here. Good. We're going to inhale both arms all the way up. And this time you're just going to exhale out to cactus. I'm going to face through here so you guys have a better view. So you're just going to come out to your cactus here. Good. So as we're here, we're going to just inhale and then exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And now we're going to inhale, lift the arms up overhead. And exhale, bring them down, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Good. 2 more times. You're going to inhale, rise up, fingers have energy, and exhale, bring them down the cactus, squeeze the shoulder blades. And last time, reach all the way up. And exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades. And from here, you're just going to bring your hands all the way down behind you. Squeeze the shoulder blades, lift your chest up, lift your chin up, but don't drop your head back here. So you're gonna lift the chest up and lift the chin, but you don't want to crunch, right? So lifting, everything is lifted. 3, 2, and 1. Good. We'll come all the way back onto neutral here. And I'll have you bring your legs in. We're going to go into cross leg. Like cross legs, remember, we don't want to have your feet to hold up your shins. So we're going to move your feet so that they don't stop your knees from dropping as low as they can. move the fleshy part out. And you want to try to stay forward on your pelvis here. So if you almost want to like be rocking forward in this position here. So we're going to lift the rib cage up off of the pelvis as far as you can. And then we're going to just exhale and look over to your left side. Good. Continue to breathe while you're here and take that right arm and wrap it behind your back and roll that right shoulder. Good. Every time you inhale, you want to see if you can turn that head to the left a little bit more. And on your exhale, see if you can pull your right shoulder back and away. Good. One more. And exhale. Good. We'll come all the way back to center and release that bind on the right. Lift up through the rib cage, and we're going to turn that head over to the right side. Good. And then we'll bring that left arm into a bind, roll that shoulder. So inhale, turn that head, and exhale, roll. Good. Up nice and tall. Inhale, and roll the shoulder. Good. Last time. And good. We'll exhale all the way back to center and release. And now you're going to go ahead and switch your legs. So whichever leg was in front, you're going to switch it up. Same thing. You want to make sure that your feet are out of the way. Takes a little adjusting. Good. All right. And forward. All right. So almost the same thing. We're just going to go lateral to the side. So it's going to be a left ear to the left side. And bring your right arm behind. Good. So we're just gonna, every time you inhale, this time you imagine like your head is being pulled, right? So it's not so much down, but it's kind of being pulled by the top of your head. And still roll the back. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, pull down. And the last time here. And good. So release the arm first here, and then gently bring your head back here. And then with this lateral motion, just do a little bit before we go over to the other side, because sometimes it's a little bit tight. All right, so we'll drop that head over. Good. And bring that left arm all the way behind. So pull on the inhale and roll back on the exhale. Good. All right, and good. Release that bind, and again, bring that head back up, and then just do a little bit back and forth to release that there. We're going to slide the feet out in front and scoot them around behind you. We'll come back through our tabletop here. Curl your toes underneath, and we're just going to pass through downward facing dog for a second, and then you're going to step your right foot to your right hand, left foot to your left hand, and you want to be sitting in your heels. My chest totally supported by my legs, and my head is looking directly behind me here. Good. So I'm pretty stable. My feet are hip distance apart, and if you try to get it so that you're on the floor with your hands. Good. And from here, you're going to try to lift your hips and straighten your legs out, keeping your head as close to your knees as you can. Good. And once you're as straight as you can, you're holding it there for 3, 2, and 1. Good. You're going to bend your knees again, but it's like you're sitting in a chair. So the weight's in your heels. Okay. You're going to be here, weights in the heels. And then we're going to go again. You're going to straighten, drop your head, and work straighten those legs out. Hold 3, 2, and 1. Good. Drop your hips like you're sitting in a chair. Weight goes in the heels. Good. You're going to take your right hand to your right shin, left hand to the left shin, and then you're going to press yourself out into a flat back. Toes are going to come up off the floor. Okay, the legs are straight, back is straight, and you're kind of like a triangle here with your hands, so that you got some all the way up. And exhale over to the side. Come all the way back through center. Cindy, did I lose you?
Yeah, I'm here, but I lost the picture.
Okay. All right, there you
Then
go.
the recording
Yeah,
was stopped.
yeah. And good. All right, maybe that's what it is. All right, good. Stay there. Let me see if because I lost my picture too. Let's see what's going on there. Okay, now do you have me back?
No,
No?
no, hold on. Let me see if I can do anything.
Oh,
Yeah, that's interesting.
that's real. I think I ran out of room on my recording. I think that's what happened there.
Yeah.
I forgot to delete them. All right, we're finishing up anyway. So we're just gonna take a full body stretch, hands up overhead, and you're gonna just come over to the side bend. Keep your glutes nice and tight. Come all the way back up through center and bring those hands all the way down. Good, we'll come all the way back up overhead and over to the other side. And good, back through the center here. Good, and good. One more time. And exhale all the way down. We'll finish out with the 3 shoulder rolls, big ones, big as you can. And on the last one. All right, awesome. All right, we made it, Cindy. We got it. How are you feeling, by the way? I forgot to ask you before we started.
Feeling like 99%. Every now and then I'll get this phlegmy kind of cough, and